Hello everyone, I welcome you all on YouTube to my channel Physics for You. I am Shruti, a teacher by profession and passion, here to tell you the topics covering 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th CBSE Physics. I hope through my videos I can make physics learning interesting for you. So like, share, subscribe and hit the notification icon. So before we proceed, let us quickly recall what we have already learnt. We have learnt the definition for motion, that when an object changes its position with respect to time and surrounding, then we say that the object is in motion. Here, the two important things which you have to remember is time and surrounding. Then we studied the reference point, which can be any fixed point with respect to which a body changes its position. Now, what is the need to study reference point? It is required to describe the motion. If we want to say that a particular object is in motion, how do we say it is in motion? For that, we need to fix a point. That point becomes the reference point. Then we also studied rest. What was it? That if a body does not change its position with respect to time and surrounding, then we say that the object is at rest. It is contrary to motion. That is, if the position is changed with respect to time and surrounding, the object is in motion, and if it does not change, then it is at rest. And we also studied that both rest and motion are relative terms. They are relative to each other. How will you remember this? In everyday life also you remember, when we say she is your relative or he is my relative, what does that mean? Relative means there is some link. So in the same way, the rest and motion, they have some link. And a body is at rest or in motion relative to each other. No body can be at absolute rest or at absolute motion. This we had discussed yesterday with the example of the passengers sitting in the bus and the ones those see them from outside. Do you remember? Yes. If you have missed out, do watch the previous video. Alright. After that, we also studied what? We had discussed the differences between rest and motion. So when you're asked to do the differences, what you should remember is, first point of difference should always be the definition. Second point of difference can be the examples. Alright, so here also you will first write the difference for rest and for motion, and at the second point you will write the differences. So this is what we had discussed till the last video, that was yesterday. So now today we will start with a new topic. What will we learn? Yes, we shall be learning types of motion. Now since we have already studied what is motion, what is rest, how is rest and motion related, what is the difference between the two, and how do we describe a motion, that is reference point. So now we should study the different types of motion. As per your NCERT book of 9th class, as per your syllabus, for you, motion can be broadly classified into three types, three categories. Let us see what are they. So the types of motion are of three types. First one, rectilinear motion. From the word itself, you try to take out the meaning. Linear. Linear means what? Straight line. So rectilinear motion will be motion in a straight line. Exactly. It will be the motion in a straight line. It is also known as translatory motion. Okay, remember, translatory motion. The next one is circular motion. Again from the word we'll derive the meaning. Circular means in a curved path or in a circular path. So the motion of an object along a circular path will be circular motion. Is it clear? Okay. So the next one is periodic motion. What is periodic motion? Again from the word we'll derive the meaning. Periodic, that means repetitive. Repetitive after a certain interval of time. So the motion which repeats itself after a certain interval of time is called periodic motion. Is it clear? Okay, so the periodic motion is again divided into two types, oscillatory and rotatory. What did I say? Periodic motion is again divided into two types, oscillatory and rotatory. Let's see what is oscillatory. The to and fro motion about the mean position. To and fro means going, coming back. Again going, again coming back. So there will be a mean position. From the mean position, the object will go to one extreme position, again back to mean position, then will go to the another extreme position and again come back to the mean position. To and fro. So that is oscillatory motion. Now if this type of motion happens at a fast pace, if it is happening very fast, if the object is moving to and fro very fast, then we say it is vibratory motion, because vibrations are fast oscillations. Okay. So what is oscillatory motion? To and fro motion about the mean position. And if it becomes fast, we call it vibratory motion. The next one is rotatory motion. Now what is rotatory motion? It is nothing but the circular motion along the axis of rotation. Here also there is a mean position, that is the axis of rotation. But instead of to and fro, it will take a circular path. It will go along the circle. So it becomes the circular motion along the axis of rotation, which is called as what? Rotatory motion. So now we have broadly seen the three types of motion: rectilinear, circular and periodic. Now let us see each one separately. The first one is rectilinear motion. What was it? It was the motion in a straight line and was also known as translatory motion. Linear means in a straight line. So rectilinear will be motion in a straight line. See the example? Yes, the car moving in the road. If it is moving along the straight road without taking any turns, then its motion will be rectilinear motion or translatory motion. Another example, a man walking. If a man walks straight, then the motion will be described as rectilinear motion. So in this image, the man is under translatory motion. Is it clear? Okay, the next motion is circular motion. The motion of an object along a circular path. So let us see the examples. The first one, the electrons revolving around the nucleus. Why it is a circular motion? Because the motion of the electron will be along a circular path, along a fixed circular path, that is called its orbit or shell. So here, as you can see, it is the hydrogen nucleus, so it has only one electron. So that one electron is revolving around the nucleus. So we say the motion of the electron is a circular motion, or electron is undergoing circular motion. See the next example. Now carefully see over here, the cyclist is moving in the straight line. Okay, he is moving in a straight line, so his motion will be rectilinear motion. But the wheels of the cycle are moving in a circular path. So the motion of the wheels of the bicycle will be circular motion. Is it clear? Okay, let's proceed. Next we studied periodic motion. So from the word itself we derived the meaning. Periodic means repetitive. So the motion which repeats itself after a certain interval of time or after a fixed interval of time will be periodic motion. See the example. Clock. The motion of the clock. Why is it periodic? Because it is repetitive. It will repeat its motion after a certain interval of time or after a fixed interval of time. See the next example. Revolution or rotation of the planets around the sun. Here I can consider this planet to be Earth, just because maybe it's blue in color. Okay, so the planet is revolving around the sun. Why it will be a periodic motion? Because its motion will be repeated after a fixed interval of time. After a certain interval of time, the motion of this planet will be repeated. Then what did we saw? We saw the subdivision of, yes, subdivision of what? Subdivision of periodic motion. The first one was oscillatory motion. So what was it? The to and fro motion about the mean position. See the example. Motion of a pendulum. From the mean position, it goes to one extreme position, comes back to the mean position, goes to another extreme position. So this is the oscillatory motion. If this motion happens fast, then we say this will be vibratory motion, because vibration is fast oscillation. Next one was rotatory motion. That was the circular motion along the axis of rotation. See the example. The rotation of the wheel along the axis, that is the fixed point. So its rotation along the axis will be the rotatory motion, because it will be repeated after a fixed interval of time. So what did we see today? We saw the types of motion, which was basically of three types: rectilinear, circular and periodic. And then we studied each one with examples. Please try to understand the concept. If you understand the concept, you can write it on your own. Try to relate it with more and more examples. If you mug up, you will be stuck in exam. So I hope the video was helpful for you. If you have still not subscribed, do subscribe and hit on the bell icon so that you do not miss any notifications. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe. After you subscribe, press on the bell notification so that you do not miss out any upcoming videos. Stay tuned for more such interesting videos. Thank you. See you soon.